Thank you, Ron.
Hi.
Dr. Z, now, you're a relationship specialist, talking about relationships and coaching, but also coaching men on how to meet women, and I assume vice versa.
Yes, love, sex, dating is my arena. It's
love,
my
sex, and
passion.
dating. Well, you've met somebody, and you think that you're interested. How do you go about for a date?
Well, there's a number of different ways. First of all, I say when you first meet a woman, don't hang out too long, because most women I interviewed say, I like a guy, and then he just won't leave. He's just hanging out all night. And so you have to act sort of busy. You're a busy person. You have a lot going on. You don't have time to sort of hang around. So you'll start a conversation. You try to establish some commonalities, get to know a little bit about her. And then you could say something, you know, I have to run. Or somebody, you know, I've got an important meeting, whatever. Can we continue this conversation later? Or what's the best way to reach you? Or, you know, the best way to reach me is by email, you know, what's your email address? So very casually just you can ask for phone number, address, and again, it depends on your confidence level and also on the degree of interest she expressed.
Right, so I mean, some people say that if a woman doesn't give you her cell number or her home number, then it's a signal that she's really not interested, she's trying to get rid of you, she's giving you, well, call me at work.
Not really. I mean, some women are just cautious and they're not comfortable. They don't want a guy who's going to run up their cell phone bill, you know, by calling all day long. So some women will give email address, and that's okay. I mean, obviously, the degree, and I have this chart in the book, where the degree, more personal information she gives you, like if she gives you email address, her cell phone, her home number, obviously she's very interested, and you should call her like right away. But if she just it gives your email address, you can wait a few days. Okay, so all right, let's talk about how long you have to wait, because you know men have all heard it. Hey, never call that day. You know, wait a couple days before you call. And so somewhere between 2 and 7 days, men are going to call. Yeah,
women are going to go crazy. Why? If they're interested, why isn't he calling?
Right. And again, I have a whole chart based on her degree of interest in the book, but I would say about 2 days is a good time. Again, you don't want to be too eager. I've had guys who would call me literally an hour after I gave them my number. Oh, just calling to see if this is really you. Like, that's obviously a turn off. But you also don't want to wait a whole week. And I know some pickup artists recommend, because A, she might meet somebody else or move on, or just think you're a jerk that's never going to call her again after, you know, you hook up. So you don't want to do that either. So I would say like 2 to 3 days.
Right. So, and do you ask, is it like a Saturday night date on that, you call her back 2 days later, you invite her out for a Saturday night dinner and movie, or
I actually wouldn't do it on a Saturday, because for 2 reasons. A, she might already have something planned for a weekend, so you don't want to give a reason to turn you down. And, or she might actually not have anything planned, but act like she has something planned and don't want to look desperate. And the other thing is, you want to appear busy and you have stuff going on for a weekend. So I would ask for something casual, maybe on Wednesday or Thursday night first, and maybe even lunch or just drinks, because you also, a lot of guys end up spending a ton of money taking these women out, and women know that. They're going to take you on the culinary quest of all the best restaurants. So maybe you just want to ask her out for drinks and see.
Do women really do that? I mean, I hear about this all the time. They want to go out and have dinner dates. Why do they want to waste their time with somebody they're not interested in?
Well, they might not be sure if they're interested, but of course, if you're going to offer them 5-star restaurant, they'll take it, you know, why not? But it gets expensive for a guy who's out there meeting people. So I say, you don't have to, and you don't, when you pick a restaurant, pick the one that fits, the ambience of which fits your prototype. Like if you're a modern guy, pick something modern. If you are more old-fashioned or whatever, or try to target it to her interests. Like if she has a specific ethnic background, then take her to an ethnic restaurant, because the ambience of the place will be associated with you. But do not take her to the most expensive restaurant around, for 2 reasons. You don't want to set up expectations that you're always going to be taking her there to most expensive places. And also because in psychology, she might think, oh, I only enjoyed this date because he took me to the most expensive place. You see what I mean? It's the attributional theory in psychology. So a nice place, cute, something that maybe reminds her of a place she's from, something that ties in with her, with your prototype or hers, but not the most expensive place.